on May 6, 2023, Muratov would move up to the super heavyweight class to challenge Kody Merritt, a North American super heavyweight left arm number 2, with a weight difference between the athletes being nearly 65 kilos. With that in mind, let's see how the match went. In the first round, Muratov immediately contains Kody's initial hit, secures the cup, and his side pressure proves to be enough to immediately flash pin. Second round, Kody gets a slightly better pronator engagement, and Muratov then elbow fouls when he tries driving to the side. On the restart, Kody again gains better pronation engagement off the go, but Muratov is also in control. He manages to keep the cup, drives to the side, and flash pins again. Unbelievably impressive. In the third round, Kody puts everything into his pronator, trying his best to crack the wrist, and he momentarily seems to succeed, but eventually Alizhan manages to secure it, and once he has the wrist, he gains access to the side pressure and opens up Kody's bicep. 3 straight flash pins against a super heavyweight beast. In September of the same year, Alizhan would go again to WAF and completely dismantle everyone there. And following that would be his first light heavyweight title defense, and his match would be against Evgeny Prudnyk. Around that time, Evgeny Prudnyk had re-established himself as one of the greats, defeating David Dedikian, the same man who had just gone to a war in a best-of-7 with Artyom Morozov, the reigning super heavyweight left arm world champion. So when Muratov was set to face Prudnyk, fans knew exactly what it meant. It was a chance to see whether Muratov could hang with the absolute elite. First round, Prudnyk hits first, but Muratov immediately contains, counter drives, gets briefly stopped, but then drives again and it's a pin. Second round, Muratov drives again, and Prudnyk does everything in his power to hold his surges.
And Alizhan cannot finish that time he does, however.
But then the third surge proves to be enough. In the first round it took 2 surges, in the second round it took 3, and against Dedikian, Evgeny also got destroyed the first 2 rounds, but then came back in the third, winning on endurance. Is that something that could be repeated here? Well, third round would tell the story. Off the go, Evgeny does everything he can to surge, but then gets completely ripped open by Alizhan's ridiculous drive. Even the referee, Risto, doesn't understand. And fourth round, Muratov holds it in the center, talks to Prudnyk and then easily drives it to the finish.
Evgeny Prudnyk. Oh my word.
So Muratov not only can hang with the elite, he can completely dismantle everyone, it seems. And with no one being in his weight category, he would again move up to the super heavyweight class, this time facing the Italian gladiator Ermes Gasparini. Now Gasparini at the time was number 3 in the world on the right, however, his left was untested. Now Ermes is a puller who is considered one of the best pound for pound on the planet. In his career, he was used to beating guys who were twice his size, rarely competing against an athlete who weighed less than him, precisely 20 kilos less than him, and Ermes didn't believe that Muratov would be able to somehow do anything to him.
Alizhan can be a problem. Here we go! Massive!
Wow!
First round, Ermes drives back, applying a ton of back pressure and up pressure to Muratov's wrist, but Alizhan gains the wrist immediately, and when he does, he drives to the side, completely tears open Ermes' bicep. Second round, out of straps, Alizhan immediately hooks and breaks through the elastic limit of Ermes again. In the third round out of straps, Ermes goes back again, and we can see the wrist of Muratov slightly cracking back. So then Muratov transitions to a top roll, and Ermes tries holding onto the thumb of Muratov, but in the process he elbow fouls. So they go to the straps. In the straps, Muratov forces it into the hook, talks to Ermes, he removes any escape Ermes could have and pins with authority. Another win for the monster Alizhan Muratov. Somehow, someway, Muratov again dismantled an athlete who should on paper at least have a chance against him. But it wasn't even a fair competition. Muratov slammed Ermes 3 times, not showing any signs of weakness. But coming up for Muratov would be the biggest challenge yet. The heavyweight left arm world champion, Ivan Matyushenko.